All right. Yeah, we're doing this. Okay, everybody's I'm checking the monitors here. The EQ is good. We're good. You know, hello and welcome to another edition of This Is Gonna Be Fuck. Okay, hold on. First of all, I'm just gonna ask the audience, are there children here today? Will there be children in attendance? Because this may get into some spooky themes. We're talking about charcuterie and spookiness. So if there are children present, please just let me know in the chat. Chat is now open. Would love to hear where you're from, what you're dressing up as for Halloween, favorite Halloween movie, whatever you like. It's a very relaxed atmosphere here at Momentus. Chat's open. The Q&A is also open. If you have questions while Chef Shannon is working, and you want to put them in the Q&A box so I don't have to find them in the chat, which then becomes unrecognizable. I love everyone saying hello again. I'm going to start this off by saying, not entirely my fault, but Zoom did trick me, and then I didn't double check. Zoom decided to start this at 10 a.m. and then I texted Shannon and then gave her several strokes, and she was on the floor, and then she picked herself up off the floor and has made an incredible not only set, but you're in for a treat. We're going to do some really fun stuff. So if you have a meet and greet ticket, just remain right here. We'll do meet and greets right after. If you don't have a meet and greet ticket, you have failed. You should have gotten one. But we're nearly sold out. So good luck. Yeah, Louise, it was originally 3 o'clock. It was. And then Zoom decided that time zones, they identify as a central time zone. So that was a lot. We're going to get into a lot of stuff. So I'm talking way too long right now, but I do want to introduce our guest host today. Shannon Feltus is a chef and horticulturalist behind Urban Farm Foods, which she uses to tell the story of literal farm to table in Oregon. She is a food nerd. She's a culinary horticulturist, as I said. I did not say that correctly, but you know what I mean. She grows year round, and she's a private chef. She was on the Food Network at a competition, so she's also done that, which is badass. She's a Halloween mistress. She's a general badass. She's all the things. So I'm just ready to let's freaking go. Let's freaking grow. I don't know. We're gonna party. We're gonna have a good time because I'm gonna be making so much charcuterie on Halloween myself, because it's part of my name. Charlie is also sort of in the name, but we're really excited, and I'm excited to learn some stuff here because charcuterie is a love language for me. And yes, let's go. Hello.
Hey, that was a great introduction. It's horticulturist. You did really good. It was super close.
I overpronounced the whore part, and I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to say that. I said horticulturist, and I don't think that's the word. Yeah. Okay.
You did fine. It's great.
Thank you for joining us, and
yeah.
I love your set right now. I love the spooky happening right now.
Yeah, why not show off the cookware and make it spooky?
Yeah, fine. I love it. These are blending two of my favorite things together, which is I think why we started talking. And absolutely, I was like, well, I love both of these things the most. So thank you for wish fulfillment on my part. So that's amazing.
Two of my favorite things too. I go hard for Halloween. These are the bonus decor, you guys. Like this is what I didn't use. Yeah. Like no big deal. Like you don't have giant plastic hands just chilling as backup. It's fine. It's fine.
No, I mean, do you need one of those? Like, is that a sous chef situation?
Everyone needs one. Yeah, you need hands. It's great. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I know we have a lot to get through. I see that you have a lot out as well. What are we doing today? Like, what's the overview?
So we're gonna make charcuterie boards, which I teach a lot of classes on how to assemble charcuterie boards. I have endless photos. I have literal folders in my phone and computer for photos of spreads of meats and cheeses. It's obscene, but we're gonna do some tweaks to make it a little spooky and festive for the holiday.
This is perfect. This is like everything I've ever wanted in one class. Okay, so where are we beginning? Now, if you're at home, you've gotten an ingredient list and sort of a supply list. You don't have to make everything right now. You'll be able to watch this later. But if you are assembling anything that you did grab any of that stuff, if you can just let me know, like raise your hand or let me know in the chat, then we can bring you in and we can talk about it. But yeah, Shannon, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm just gonna listen and learn.
Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna try not to get distracted because I did put out a ton of stuff for us to work with, but we're gonna get to it all. I might cliffs note some things. If I skim over anything and you're like, man, that felt important for me to know, I'd like to know more about it later, slide into my DMs and I'll answer questions. No problem. Email Charlie, email me, just ask. I'm always open for conversation about food. Pretty much anything from gardening to food to fishing to whatever, I'm down to have a conversation. So we are going to build a regular board, kind of. I'll tell you some tips and tricks about just kind of how to lay out food. It sounds silly to explain how to arrange meats and cheeses, but my main reason that I teach this is if you're using any kind of, I don't know, just any board you have laying around the house, what if this giant board was to feed, I don't know, 40 people? How are you going to cram so much meat and cheese on this? I like to teach people how to use what they've got and then make it the most useful organization of the real estate of your charcuterie board. So, like, getting as much stuff on here and making it as impressive as possible so you can look like the host or hostess with the mostest. So, of ghostess. I'm sorry. I will probably keep doing that. I'm sorry. Okay, so first, I'm going to go over just like the basics of meats and cheeses and things. And then we're going to lay out a little bit of stuff. And then I'm going to teach you some really cool Halloween-y stuff. So I'm putting on gloves because certain cheeses are gross to touch, and touching meat over and over and over again makes your hands slimy. If you're at home and you're feeding your guests and it's not like for, if it's at home use, you don't have to wear gloves. This is just like me being professional and whatnot, which can happen. It's fine. Okay, so very professional. Okay, so we've got a ton of different meats and cheeses here. Let me see if I can hold this up. Ooh and ah at the cheeses. Lovely.
Okay. Very ooh and ah.
Right? We've got like prosciutto and, capicola. I had to remember which ones I put in a pile. Okay, so one thing I like to do for like cheese real estate, okay, is use this variety of brie instead of the huge one, the giant wheel, because this is just a log of brie that you can slice into little mini wheels, I guess. I don't know. It's a log and not a wheel. It's very appetizing. So this guy, when you do this for real estate, instead of a giant circle, you can use this to kind of anchor some things, like put a heavy thing in a space where then you can prop up like lightweight crackers and things. So doing your cheese and your meat as your anchor points, I like to say, where you're going to fill in the little spaces around it. It's best to do the big clunky stuff or the heavy stuff first, if that makes sense. So we're going to do a bunch of little bries, and these are just super cute. We'll do like a little zhuzh up. Then these little wedges. Okay, so I'm a huge fan of Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has my whole heart. I have a lot of things. I'm not sponsored by Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's, if you're listening, I am open for that ambassadorship. But they have small, like little manchego, little variety of cheese situations that are already shaped perfectly to do that. It's not rocket science when it comes to these cheeses. Then folks can just take what they want. And that's a perfect little slicer there. So these are going to be other little anchor points here. Then some of these big guys, like this is actually one of my very favorite kinds of cheese. They have it at Trader Joe's. They have it at Kroger. Y'all are from everywhere, but I think everybody has a Kroger or a Fred Meyer. And I don't know if they're canceled yet, but they have amazing cheese. So I think we can still shop there. So definitely, this is a wine rind cheddar. And then when you cut it, it kind of crumbles a little. So it's like the hostess's best friend because there's no perfection to it. You can get these nice, cute little chunks here. But then the best part is you just break it up a little bit and make a little pile. It's like your really tasty, ugly cheese, but it's so delicious. I'm obsessed with this kind. So we've got some cheese slices going on. Okay. And then just sliced cheddar. And I'm a little neurotic about organizing. Like, I wish I could show you this. Okay, so this doesn't look rad on a plate. It looks like a Lunchable, okay? But if you take these guys and you alternate them, and then this seems so bougie, but it looks so good on the plate, and then just kind of lean it on something, then it's like, it looks like a little bit of a like deck of cards situation. You've got it all fanned out there. I'm gonna post a picture of the finished board too, so that you guys can see what's happening, because full transparency, I couldn't figure out how to get an aerial view for you guys. I really wanted to. I wanted this to be Food Network level of awesomeness, and I missed the mark, but we're gonna pretend I didn't say that. So this is how it was supposed to be. So this cheese, organized. We've got a bunch of different cheeses, and then whenever I'm hosting something, I always have like backup reserves of prepped cheese because I'm a lunatic and everyone loves cheese. So everybody's a freak for cheese, and you always want to have backup. So
I am also a freak for cheese. I'm just
you are you're a freak for cheese and bread, if I remember properly.
and bread
Yeah.
and meats.
And meats. Okay, so one of the hardest things, one of my friends said, if you don't talk about how to not make prosciutto look like an ugly pile of meat, I'll be super mad. So for her, prosciutto is really difficult because like this is the size of the slice that comes in the container, guys. And you're just gonna put a big blob on there like that? Hard no. So what I do, they always have plastic between them too, which is a little bit annoying, but like I get it. I'll cut it in half or even in quarters, because putting a little, like a row of like folded prosciutto, like making little ribbons with it, is a lot more appealing to look at than like a pile of very thin, like too creepy for Halloween even. Like this, like
Oh,
not appetizing.
yeah.
Appetizing.
So,
So
and when you're folding and ribboning, is that like 2 folds, 3 folds? Like how
depends
many
on how
folds?
big your slices are, because these
Okay.
guys like, I feel like they just get more obscenely large.
Yeah.
She said, more obscenely
What?
large.
Yep.
Large.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Nope.
and then basically just once over or twice over, just so it looks like folded pretty, not just flopped strangely and creepy. It's delicious for being as ugly as it is. I'm gonna be honest. The
Yeah,
other thing
I
you
can
can
relate to that.
do, I've seen a few different tutorials where folks took stuff like this and wrapped prosciutto around it to make like a big disgusting hand. Sounds awesome. Um, I don't want that to be super greasy, so I'm not gonna do that, but that would be an option too. So I'm doing my little pile of prosciutto ribbons. These are all going to be like the little anchor points. And then the other thing I like to do for kind of an anchor point, like focal point, is ramekins. I'm a huge fan of ramekins because that takes your like flat real estate and it gives you height and storage. It's like very functional. So I'm also a huge fan of supporting local ceramists and pottery folks. So like this one, we can ooh and ah. It has like gold around the edge. What? But it's also kind of creepy looking. So I love these. So I'll put these empty around my board when I'm first setting up, just to kind of like bookmark a space where something, and I apologize if you don't like this word, lots of people don't, moist. We're keeping the moisture to a minimum. Yep, I said it. So anything that has liquid to it, like I'm talking like a compote or pickles, olives, anything briny and delicious that you don't just want saturating your entire board. Ramekins. Highly recommend the ramekins. Let's see. Yeah, I've got about a bajillion of them. We're just going to do a few. If you don't have like a wild selection of ramekins, like a lunatic like me, the other thing you can use is muffin papers. And these happen to be like spooky cute ones. I think they're just from Michaels or Joanne Fabrics, RIP. But these work also in place of a ramekin. Highly recommend just for containment. So that's what I would do with these guys.
Some of those are pretty sturdy too. Like they're not the paper that falls over, but like a little bit more.
Yeah, like these guys have like a foil on the inside. It's kind of a nice like liquid barrier, and just doubling up a couple of those guys is like just as good as those guys. And let's say you're doing a party where you're like, I already have enough crap to clean up. disposable. I mean, that works out great. So that's where I'll put things like, not sponsored, should be, Trader Joe's, I love you. These are very liquidy. Definitely prepared. These are, what is this? Lemon stuffed olives, you guys. It's a jam. These are absolutely delicious. And you're like, God, Shannon, none of this is spooky yet. This is so boring. You just wait.
I feel like you're pretty spooky. You bring the spooky to begin, and then we finish with the food. Is that
year round? I'm kind of a spooky broad, so that works out great.
Yeah,
okay,
like
so we've got
forest wind.
moisture element on the board. I'm sorry, can't be stopped. And then things like little pickled peppers. Okay, if you've ever been to one of my parties, you've seen those guys. These are pickled bequino peppers. Okay, this is where I get nerdy. These are teeny tiny little teardrop shaped. I don't know why I keep trying this. You'll be able to see it, I think. Okay, so they're sweet peppers, but I pickle them in a dill brine. So then it's like a sweet pickled pepper. There's zero spice to it. I am a baby when it comes to spicy things. Doesn't do well for me. So these are like super neutral. They're a delicious pickled element to put on things. Put this over here. I'm probably just going to finish those later. It's totally fine. Okay, so there's some moisture elements. Oh, also, I skipped ahead. I'm getting too excited. You guys are, this is really fun for me. So, and I'm going to try to not rush. So there's so much to cover.
People, Alyssa just said, I love those peppers. I've never heard of those peppers before in my life.
If you get them in a restaurant, sometimes they call them sweetie drop peppers.
Okay.
They're a little teeny tiny Peruvian pepper. They're usually really expensive. Okay, so fun fact. This is a fun toot my own horn moment. I have a fun knack for getting obsessed with things like right before they start trending. I'd love to say I liked it before it was cool, but that's like a hipster thing to say. So what I'll say is sometimes I find trends before they get totally skyrocket crazy town popular. So these peppers are one of those things. Shishito peppers are another thing I got real hot on before everybody had them. But I had these at a restaurant that was a Japanese restaurant. They had it as a garnish. It was absolutely amazing. I asked the chef, where did you get these? How do I find these? These are amazing. And he's like, good luck. They're really hard to find. They're kind of expensive. Like wholesale is impossible. And I was like, dang, okay. So of course I started Googling and then talking to my seed resources. I literally just started growing them myself. That's like a Martha Stewart thing. Actually, Martha Stewart grows these. That's rad too. But also that's like such a bougie thing to say, I just grew it from seed. Like store-bought's fine if you can't grow it from the earth and pickle it yourself. But I pickle these and sell them also because they're hard to find. So seasonally, I might have some available for sale. So Alyssa, you know where to find me. I would sell you some of those. But yeah, so I grow them and pickle them. They're a huge pain in the ass to grow because they grow super teeny tiny on a shrubby pepper plant. And there's like 1 million to a shrub. So picking these is quite a pain in the ass, but they're worth it. They're absolutely delicious. If you can hear the wind and rain right now, it's just really adding to the ambiance, I think. It's a stormy out there. Crazy. Okay, so back to meats and cheeses. I saw Charlie. Do you have a question?
No, please continue.
Okay, so if you don't want to fiddle around with prosciutto, I forgot that I found this hack for you too. I'm nearly positive it's Trader Joe's. God, I love you, Trader Joe's. These guys, they already look super creepy because it's just a stick of mozzarella wrapped in prosciutto. These are great. But also, what I find is there's usually like 6 in there, and you're like, cool, I invited way more than 6 people. I'm going to have to buy 10,000 of these. And then they take up lots of real estate if you do that. Just get 1 pack and chop them in half. It's so much easier because everything should be bite-sized anyway. And then, real talk, these kind of look like severed fingers. Kind of into it. So that's fun. So put our fake little severed fingers over here. Totally fine. Let's see. Charlie, how many people got props or got the things on the list? I'm curious.
I think we should just proceed with you showing it, because I think there's different props for different moments. So we can just press on.
Perfect. So got these guys. And Charlie, you can tell me to hurry up if you feel like I'm just dragging ass on this.
Don't hurry up. Please
Okay.
just continue as you are.
This is extra cheese. I'm the only one eating this, so I get to do that. Okay, so the next thing, that was really good. Okay, so we got some pickly things, got some olives. I'm drinking. Y'all make me nervous. Okay, I was sweaty and laying on the ground earlier, so I needed a little something. Okay, so we're gonna move on to vegetables, because I like to do meats, cheeses, crackers, all those kind of things, but I also like to put something on the board for my vegetarian people, because not all of your guests are going to be into meat, and they're not just going to sit around and eat dairy products all night long. And then also, what if you've got 2 vegans and a gluten-free? Like you want to make sure your stuff is a little more balanced for your entire guest situation. So I always like to put a hummus on the board, like hummus and vegetables. Super awesome. And it makes for a nice display also. Let's see. I'm reorganizing some traces. Okay. So again, ramekins, but like, I can't help it. I have a lot of bougie ramekins. So I'll put my hummus in something like this. It's nice. You can, there's ones with lids, there's ones without lids, but just a nice little bowl, something that's like a taller vessel so that you don't just have a massive bowl taking up real estate. We're going to start with some creepy stuff though, because this is one of the things, it is one of the easiest things to make creepy. I fell in love with edible glitter a while ago. It's a whole thing.
Don't share how you got into that, but it's okay. Okay, cool.
It's not as fun as you're thinking.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
I know. I wish, right? No, that's not it. Okay, so my life's relatively boring like that. This one is called Luster Dust. I know Amazon is relatively canceled, but this is from Amazon because it's very reasonably priced. There is a company in California called Fancy Sprinkles. You can get luster dust or edible glitter from them. They promote it with cocktails. I use that in everything. I don't know if you saw on Instagram, I made glittery pickles because it actually made the internet mad. It's my favorite. Glittery pickles, luster dust. It's actually kind of awesome. I made golden pickles, but we're gonna add green. I'm gonna attempt to not make a mess. Probably gonna make a mess. I'm gonna add some green glitter. You can stir this in like crazy, or you can just dust the top of it. However your little heart desires. We're gonna do a couple things with glitter since I have it out. But the hummus, the most fun way to make this kind of like creepy without being inedible looking. That's the other thing. You don't want to make everything gross and untouchable where it's inappetizing, like pretty disgusting. That's not the goal of a charcuterie board. Not everything needs to look like a gory dead body. I mean, that's also fun, but just a little green. Just zhuzh it up so it looks a little bit green. So then, after I do green hummus, I like to go the distance. My second favorite creepy thing, candy eyeballs, you guys. I can't stress this enough. It's just so gross. It's so awesome. Like let's pretend kids are eating this very high-end Lunchable. Also rad. Like, come on, that's so gross and cute, right?
That's really great. That's really great.
Right? Okay, so and then there's the spooky factor where like there's a lid on it. I wonder what's inside. It's green. It has eyeballs. Super fun. So that's a fun one.
Hey, Shannon, real quick. Alyssa in the audience asked, when you're selecting where certain meats and cheeses are going on the board, you follow any unwritten rules for spreading out colors, like white versus yellow cheese? Like, are you color blocking? Like, what's the plan?
So I kind of like to just do it based on not having all cheese on one side. There's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason or rule to it. It's mostly spreading it out so that if one guest is hogging one corner of the board, they're not getting all the good cheese. It's mainly for fairness and like also balance so that everybody can get a little of something.
Like a democratic cheese board? Is that what I'm hearing from you?
I mean, yeah, it's my board is definitely a democracy, so it's
Got it. Cool.
But the other thing is, if you are being a hostess where you're refilling a whole bunch of things, it takes the pressure off of you to have things kind of willy-nilly in a few different piles of similar things. Because then, as things get depleted, if you're going to come refresh your board, you can put shit anywhere, and it doesn't ruin the aesthetic of whatever you're working with. So no real rhyme or reason. It's just mostly like I do like to put meats and cheeses together and then have some cheese that's not touching meat just for the sake of being courteous for folks that don't eat meat. I think that was also just kind of trained into my brain because I do have quite a few vegetarian and vegan friends. And if things touch meat, then they're less likely to enjoy eating things. So like they want to do what they want to do and not have it ruined by delicious meat. Huge carnivore, not the same, but like also I want to make sure everybody's happy. So, oh, okay. So one more thing with the glitter. So this is goat cheese. It's been out of the fridge, I don't know, like a half hour. So it's not like melty, still firm, definitely still not squishy, but not rock hard. I was trying not to say that, but we're fine. Let's see. So we're gonna take this and try to unwrap it as these are kind of a shit show, but all right. Let's see. So we want our little, this is also white gloves because gross, but so we got our little log here. Oh, and that was honey chevre, which is like Trader Joe's. But it's super delicious, like a hint of honey, and then a sweet and savory moment happens with the meats and this, and it's so good. I'm going to put this in here just to protect my countertop, basically. And then putting glitter on it. We're gonna make a green glittery log of cheese. So this dusts pretty evenly. This is giving Wicked, guys. Like that's kind of cool too. If you're gonna have an Oz party and invite all of your flying monkeys, like this also would be really good. Shake it up just a little bit. Okay, so this is a fun trick because I want to show you in the bowl. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it's like perfectly coated. Metal bowls rule for this kind of thing too. So then you have a green log of cheese and it's so stinking cute. And then it's just green cheese, but it's like, this is festive. This is for the spookiness of it. Okay. And you could totally put eyeballs on that. That's like, that is an option. I've run out of counter space, but TV magic. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, so I've lost my place. Let me drink.
Hey, Shannon, real quick. Megan in the audience asks, I'm looking to get into making charcuterie boards. What advice would you give to a beginner? Like, where would you start?
Charcuterie board. Say that again. Sorry, your mask caught me completely off guard.
Okay. Oh, I thought, what mask? I'm looking to get into making charcuterie boards. What advice would you give to a beginner? Like, how would you start? Are there resources, places, people that you follow, chefs that you follow, maybe?
Yes. Okay. So let's see. Follow me. Shameless plug. No, but okay. So think about how many people you are serving before you start buying things for yourself to like have supplies to make it. If you're throwing a party for you and your two roommates, you're not going to need to go out and get 15 ramekins. So like you can always scale up, but this stuff does having all the little doodads and whatnot, it takes up a little bit of real estate in your cupboard. So like I have the dedicated space That creepy light is a paid actor. The wind is really messing with things. So that's fun. So I would say get a board. Home Goods rules for just unique and fun and all kinds of different charcuterie boards. Actually, hang on. Pardon me for 1 second. I'm going to grab a thing. All right.
While she's grabbing a thing, yes, go visit Urban Farm Foods on Instagram. We'll put the links and things in the chat here. So you make sure you follow. Oh, there we go. Look at that.
A little guy, right?
Look
Like
at
a little guy. Like really, all you need to start, I'd say, like a few good ramekins and a little board, and then I would say also go to your local grocer or the place where you see lots of cheeses. If they have a ton of cheese that is like this and just wrapped in cellophane and has a little label on it, it's kind of a good indicator that their variety means they know what they're talking about. And usually they'll give you samples. I'm all about samples. So going and tasting a bunch of cheeses, if you know what you like from ordering at a restaurant, ask the restaurant what kind of meat you're eating. Ask what kind of cheese this is. Is this what kind of pickle this is? And then just make notes of things you like. And then have a wine night, or if you're not a drinker, have like a mocktail cocktail night, and then just make a little board for yourself and your friends, and then sit around and like see what you enjoy. And it's basically like a food puzzle. This is like Legos, essentially. You're just adding the things you like and putting things together that make sense for your palate. There's not a lot of rhyme or reason as far as like, I put nuts on my board. Some folks are like, that's gross. They don't add nuts. Like, just add what makes you happy. And then you're going to find your favorite things. And let's say you find a certain cheese that you need a spreader for, and you're like, oh, well, I got to go to Home Goods and get a little thing of tools, because they have little charcuterie things that you can buy. Actually, I think I'm going to just kind of pop a list up, and maybe we can add that to a follow-up email, Charlie. I have a few resources for some really cool, just basic toolkits. Does not have to be $1 million. It could be really inexpensive to do this really fun. And like, if you don't want to have a board, use like a small baking sheet. Use like a baking pan, like a shallow one, and just do your stuff in there. It works out fine. Just combine, find what you love. It's very addicting. You will get hooked on making things, and then you'll start being the person that gets invited to parties with the ask of, hey, can you bring stuff for a charcuterie board? That's basically how this happened. It got real crazy real fast. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do another cheese thing. So I'm gonna grab some more gloves. I have a lot of supplies just right here on the floor. Everything's fine. It's fine. Let's see here.
Speed round. What are your favorite cheeses, or if you have one favorite, what would you like? What's your desert island cheese? How about that?
Oh, I would literally just roll in brie. It's so good. I love brie so much. There's so many kinds. And I do love like goat cheese, like a nice spreadable chev is so good. I love that. Let's see. I don't know. Some of the hard cheeses I can do without, but I like a good like aged white cheddar too.
Yeah.
Why not? I like that. Okay, so there's too many cheeses to choose from. I will die on the hill for brie and goat cheese. I think that's it. That's good. Let's see. Okay, so I have another cool cheese thing. These are everywhere. These are teeny tiny little fresh mozzarella balls. They look like this. They're just the little scoochy ones. I put those things on pizza if I get like a freezer pizza, and it's mid, as the children would say. I will put some of these blobs on it and some basil before I bake it, and then it's like the best ever. I can't find a thing. Let's see. Okay. So I had a mold. I'm gonna TV magic. I'm failing. Hang on just a second. Okay.
I love when you're failing and you're like, hey, I'm failing, and no one knows that you're failing, but we're not failing. We're falling uh
Sideways, right?
creatively. Yeah, we're falling creatively. Yeah.
I wish we had the little music. We'd be like do 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 do
We
whenever I feel something.
we can. We have the technology. What music would you like underneath this that is royalty free that won't get us canceled on YouTube?
I only listen to royalty music. I don't know.
Okay, got it. You don't just listen to music or
Oh, okay. Vitamin String Quartet is my
okay.
favorite. It's licensed, so that doesn't work either.
Okay.
I like all of that because then you can secretly listen to Nine Inch Nails and nobody's grandma knows.
Ooh, that's actually a great idea.
Pretty
We
good.
used to listen to those like lullaby kids albums too. Radiohead and
Yes.
Beatles. It's great.
So,
Tool. Perfect.
Tool for babies. It's fine. No big deal. Okay, so I found these little things. I'm nearly sure they're for chocolate, but like, ain't nobody making chocolate over here from scratch. That's not real life. So, but what I like to do is melt stuff in it, or sometimes I'll make gummies and stuff. But okay, so this is a silicone mold. Some of these are teeny tiny, but what I noticed is these little skeleton skull situation, they're perfect. They're amazing. They're perfect for these little blobs. And you just set it on top. It's like nothing super crazy, nothing super organized. Then you put it in the microwave. Chefs use microwaves a lot, a lot. You put it in the microwave for like 15 seconds. It doesn't melt per se, it just gets super soft and a little bendy. And then TV magic. I did do this part right. Ta-da! So these are already made. So they pop out of the mold, and it's a little skeleton head, and it's delicious. Okay, so I love these. This I would put a creepy, gooey pile on here because this is fun. Making a mess on purpose on here is really fun. So a whole bunch of these little skeletons, a little pile of skulls. Ah, so cute. Okay. But what makes them even more cool is, oh, it looks so good. I'm very pleased with myself right now, you guys. Um, is this. This is good on everything. This is the balsamic glaze. There, you can make balsamic reduction if you feel so inclined. I will tell you, I have made balsamic reduction from scratch. Tremendous pain in the ass, and I'm being very honest that it is oftentimes not worth the trouble unless you're making the largest batch possible, or unless you're making like a bougie variety where it's like port wine reduction. There's a recipe on my website for a wine caramel that tastes like this, and it's ridiculous. But this,
Oh my god.
it's so good. Okay, so there's also a whipped goat cheese recipe, and those two things go together. So that's great. This over teeny tiny little mozzarella skeleton heads, little skulls with balsamic. They just look like they're dead and bloody and delicious, and it's so good. That looks so awesome. I'm really excited. You
Can
can
I
get,
get a close up of one of the again real quick with the blood on it? I want
yeah.
to see. Is that possible?
Oh, probably.
Let's see.
Even if I drop it on the floor, it's worth it.
I would still eat it. That's incredible. That's incredible.
Right? That's really good. So,
Hmm.
pile of bloody heads, green cheese, creepy hummus. What else do you say? What else could we possibly want?
What more? And yeah,
What
but
more?
wait, that's
But
not
wait,
all.
there's more. There's always more. So, let's be medium healthy and like kind of sort of Wicked Witch vibes, right? Green apples. This is great for kids boards and stuff too. Like the hummus is good for kids boards. I'm a mom. I have an insane child, barely eats fruit. Will eat this. That's crazy. Um, I take a Granny Smith apple, slice it up into slices. They do not have to be any kind of perfection because the point is that a Granny Smith apple is kind of tart. It's a nice contrast to meats and cheeses for grown-ups. it's a recognizable apple for children until you put it in purple food coloring, or if you're crunchy and super creative, you can do pea flower tea. I do purple food coloring just because it's baller on a budget. This is actually much more reasonably cost effective. Okay, but you don't have to dry it off. I'm doing it for the TV magic of it all. These are like bluish purple with a green peel, and it looks amazing on a board because it is just a pile of poison apples, guys. It's really giving poison apple. It's pretty cool. These are really good for, if we're talking about the aesthetic situation again for a board, doing sliced fruit and arranging things fanned out like this. That just looks really cool on the board. And it makes a nice barrier for certain things, like as far as like visually appealing as a, like an end of something, or kind of making a little a spot where you can lean more cheese and meat up against it if you want to. But it's a nice little like edible garnish, I guess, is kind of the vibe. Everything on a charcuterie board, in my opinion, other than utensils, should be edible. So like your garnishes and all those kind of things, all stuff you should be able to eat. You shouldn't be left with, and this is hot take, I will never put fluffy weird lettuce or kale on my board just for the appeal of having a leafy green on the board, because then it takes up valuable real estate where like an edible vegetable could be. Not necessary. Let's see. Ooh, that wind. Woo, you guys. It's fine. It's totally fine. Just knocking shit over. No big deal. Let's see. I'm gonna arrange these apples. Charlie, do you have any other questions in the thing while I'm arranging apples?
Yeah, we have one question. How did you get to be so cool? It came from an anonymous question person in the audience. So
That
did
question.
that, were you always cool, or did that like happen over time? Like, you know.
I come from a really long bloodline of cool people.
Got it. Okay, it's genetic. Okay, fine.
My dad, truly the coolest person I've ever known. So I think that
Nice.
all of my creativity and artistic ability and sassy wit and charm is all from my Baja.
Do you, oh, I have a follow-up question actually to that. Do you pair certain music with certain things when you're prepping food? Like, are there vibes that you put into your food that you feel like, oh, I need this music right now to do this type of stuff?
Let's see. I'm a big podcast girly.
Got it.
But if I'm working alongside folks, because sometimes I'll have prep chefs and things helping me do things, or for parties, like my sister is my right hand, and she's almost always my decorator when it comes to things. So she is the vibe master. When it comes to a musical playlist, I rely on her to just create the mood for a festive party situation. Like recently, we had a dinner that we did, and I immediately put her in charge of music. So the vibe was like harvest vibes with like high-end wine situation. It was all really kind of like bougie and fun, but
Yeah.
she put on some instrumental of like really crazy rock music, and then just some good like sultry vibes even. For spooky
Nice.
stuff,
Nice. Yeah.
always haunted house like the tape side A, side B situation. We put on spooky sounds at these functions because nostalgia calls for that kind of stuff. So I love a good spooky sounds audio mix. That's Monster Mash, all the classics, that kind of stuff too. But I don't know, a good murder mystery podcast will do it for me. I love me some true crime. Let's see. Actually, some of my true crime girlies might be watching this, which is pretty great. Shout out to Small Town Murder in case any of you guys need a new true crime podcast to watch. Not sponsored, just love them. They're wonderful humans. Let's see. So what I just did was chop up a pretzel roll because This is like the best bread to have with meats and cheeses. They have it salted and unsalted at, might be a shock, but Trader Joe's, which is crazy. I need to stop plugging that, but I can't stop, won't stop. Let's see. Oh, now that we have our perimeter all done around our hummus container, this is also kind of the fun part. Putting in the breads, because those are light and fluffy. Those like can fill in the gaps. We've got our apples anchored in there. It's starting to look spooky in all the corners of the world. We're doing great. But now we can start to put in the filler. So the fluff is what I like to call it. So basically like these guys, okay, I grew them myself. No big deal. These are teeny, teeny, tiny little tomatoes. We're RIP at the grand finale of tomato season up here. We had that like just real insanely long summer, which I'm not complaining about. I absolutely love it. When it crash lands into fall like this, though, where like everything goes from like super productive farm straight into crisp, cold, leaves are falling off the tree, I'm here for it. Let's just rip it off like a band-aid. Let's get it over with. Just slam dunk into fall. Totally fine.
It's cool that you live somewhere with like seasons like that.
Oh, I know. Texas. You're just like, you have hot winter, you have hot spring, you have hot girl summer, you got hot fall. How hot is it right now?
You know what? Actually, we got some really big rains last night and this morning, and it's cooled off quite a bit. It's 78 degrees right now, so that's cool.
God, that made me feel sweaty immediately.
I know. It's just, and then it's going to be 10 degrees like in 3 months, and then we're.
Oh, that's right. You guys kind of crash land into winter, huh?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, we will. It's sideways rain time, so it's that good. It's that good weather. All the leaves are going crazy. Let's see. Okay, so our hummus vegetables, I did teeny tiny tiny tomatoes because it's just a nice pop of acid. So I like to be mindful of the vegetables that I put on the plate because meats, cheeses. So we're scratching all the itches. We've got sweet, salty, umami. We've got some carbs. We've got some acid. We want to have like a nice balance so that it's not just blowing out your palate with all cheese or just all salty cured meats. That's not necessary. But I like to put the refresher of some green veg that's not a kale leaf. Silly. And then let's see. I like peas because not everybody likes a green bean. I love a green bean. Not for everyone. That's a lot of green beans. And then I just kind of keep it simple. And then the green is nice because it's like, I'm telling you, edible garnish, man. It just looks nice, very functional. Okay. This is the puzzle part where you're just kind of filling in the holes around the ramekin with your hummus and ramekins with your pickles. There's a couple empty ramekins, and you'll see why, because there's a couple other things I like to put in. And then if there's no room, then I just put it in a ramekin. So let's see. Oh, and we've got these carrots. Okay, so this is a lot like the same vibe that I was talking about with the prosciutto and mozzarella, where it's massive for the portion, because we're going for a snacky vibe. Nobody's really making a sandwich over here. Like everybody's just kind of pick and choosing little bites and making a little, they're making a mini board on their plate. Oh, and the other thing, one hostess pro tip. Your guests will fill up their plate accordingly. Picture that this is a snack buffet. If you planned for folks to snack, provide small plates. If this is their meal, provide like a pasta salad and a giant bowl also, and then a normal sized plate. People will take the cue subconsciously, whether they know it or not, and they'll fill their plate accordingly. So you'll have depleted board if you have massive plates with this size. I see you, Charlie.
This has been great. I think, yeah, I've never understood why people had the pasta dishes, if other than that's a full meal. That makes sense. I think I've gotten that wrong in the past.
It's always indicator that it's giving potluck vibes when it's a pasta salad, but usually it's an indicator that like you should be eating a lot of this and maybe snack on this other thing. So these guys, the carrots that I get, I like. If you don't grow and peel your own carrots, store bought is fine. But the I like the peeled ones from, you guessed it, Trader Joe's. Kroger has them also, but I like them because they're colorful. They're peeled, which is really nice because they just look nice. Not for flavor. Peel is fine. It's whatever. But sometimes the massive ones also cut down, and then it's carrot sticks, which makes you feel like a child and not necessarily a pro nostalgic way. These feel fancy without being fancy, but they're also humongous. So if you cut them in half, and they have these little, this is a thing somebody asked me at the last function, so I'll tell you. This little nubbin is edible. It's fine. It's just the green from the carrot, and it's clean and it's delicious and it looks great on the platter also. Carrot is a relative of parsley. So the greens taste like parsley essentially. So it's a nice herbaceous situation. You can, if you buy carrots and they have the greens on them, you can use that like parsley. And you can also make carrot top pesto, which is so delicious. Very good for you. So there's some more nerdy stuff.
Also, RIP to anyone who hasn't eaten yet. Like, I'm just saying,
Oh,
not for me, but like people who made the mistake of coming to this like slightly
oh,
hungry or maybe not having had a full
that we
meal
could have had a display
today.
one. Yeah.
Just I feel my heart goes out to you right now.
I hope you're making this after this. I hope you go to your local TJ's and you're like, hey, sponsor Shannon, but then also we've come for these ingredients. This is
Yeah,
great.
there were a couple of people in the chat actually who've mentioned that they are definitely going to rock some of this for dinner for sure.
Oh yeah, I love this. This is great. Okay. Um, so, oh, one thing somebody asked me one time after you do food things, because I used to do a lot of food demos back in the day for lots of different, I won't name drop, but some like really big deal companies. It's pretty fun. But I would do food demos for things. And they're like, what do you do with all the leftovers? Because I'm just one person and this is massive. So what I like to do is if you know me and you know me in real life and you're watching this, I love you for supporting all of this. You're my favorite. And then also, you know that I sometimes pack up like meal prep containers and I'm going to be making some mini charcuterie things to bring to a function later this afternoon. So if you're going to see me later, I probably have food for you. But it's nice to share the efforts of doing these things. Plus, these charcuterie ingredients pack up to make very cute little lunch situation. Or like if you're going on an outing and you don't know if there's going to be food, you could put a box of this in your purse. Just always be prepared. Be the Girl Scout of the group, you know.
I don't know why, but for me, whenever I just throw some of these ingredients together to eat it as a meal, I call it eating French. I don't know
Oh,
why I say that to myself. I'm just like, well, I'm gonna eat some French. I'm gonna eat French tonight, and then I don't know.
having gone to France recently. No.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Um,
Okay, got it. Fine, that's fine.
it is French, but also I walked down the street and I ate a baguette and I bit off a lump of cheese. That is also French. That is
Oh,
also
so
the French
French.
food.
The
So
most
good.
French.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, also another fun thing I like to put on a board is these little non pieces. But if you don't find these guys, these are kind of skeleton shaped now that I'm looking at them. That's a missed opportunity for me to have made that into something more high maintenance for you. But these work great with hummus. I love these very much. And they organize very well on the plate. So that's kind of nice. Let's see here. So we're like getting nearly full. This is actually like the best part of this is like standing back before your friends descend upon it in a scary way and just devour the whole dang thing. And just admire your work. It's fun to just take a picture of it and be like, I fucking made that, you guys. It's like really fun. Okay, so we've got our little noms over here. What am I forgetting? Oh, okay. So I put glow sticks on your list. You're like, why the hell did you put glow sticks on our list? Okay, so for a spooky Halloween situation, sometimes what I like to do, it's not dark in here. It's not going to work out, but I'll tell you about it. So, we'll pretend. So I would, let's say you want a little ambiance on stuff. Anything that's not a food item, by the way, wipe down with like a Clorox wipe or like some of this stuff, the little skeleton thingy. Sometimes I'll just run those through the dishwasher just so that it's like touching food and not disgusting and clean, or just wash with soap and water, make sure it's like appropriate. Okay, so glow sticks. I like to do a little spooky situation on these boards. What's really fun sometimes is to take your ramekin, the bracelet glow sticks, put it under your ramekin so that it's around the outside, and then everything you stack up around it is illuminated and it looks pretty cool. And it's also disposable, but it goes around most little containers or most little ramekins. Works really well. The other thing you could do is, if you don't have the bracelet ones, just the regular little glow sticks, tuck them in under your vegetables, and then it's like spooky glowing vegetables. Super fun. Kind of great. The other thing I put on your list is a pumpkin, because this makes a sweet ramekin. So if you don't even have to like cut a little hole, chop that bad boy in half and take the guts out and put your hummus in it. It's just a vegetable. It's a decorative ramekin and it looks super cool. So if you were leaning more festive and less spooky, just doing stuff like this, some autumnal things, and even putting some like fake or real fall leaves. Just wash your like maple leaves or whatever, non-toxic. I don't know. I don't want to get into the botanicals of it all. Don't put poison leaves on your, okay, scratch that. Don't put leaves on your plate. Do fake leaves on your plate.
We here at Momentus don't subscribe to the idea of putting the leaves on your plate.
Exactly. So don't do as I do, not as I say. So the thing you can do now, your board is super duper full. You're loaded with meats and cheeses. You have the hummus. You've got little skeleton hands. You've got some skulls. You're feeling pretty good about this stuff. There's a few little holes peeking here and there. There's like, what could you possibly put in those areas that would be thematically appropriate or delicious? Gigantic blueberries. So here's a fun thing. Fruits like blueberries and strawberries, they have a natural barrier between them and a meat or a cheese or a sauce or whatever, and they don't impart anything on their neighbor. So these are like very neutral things to put in that are tasty. Blueberries go amazing with brie. Super yummy. It's not like sticking olives next to everything, because olives kind of make everything taste like olives. So these are like polite neighbors. Okay, so we got
Shannon, we're getting to about an hour. I just want to do a time check here.
Almost done. Perfect timing. Look at that. All right. So, oh, and nuts. That's the other thing. So there's one ramekin that's left open. I didn't need to put more stuff on there. I didn't put cornichons on there. Normally I would. Also, I would probably put those on it. Those are balsamic dills. They're big old honkers though, so we're gonna leave those off. I'll probably put those in a vessel nearby. I normally have tons and tons of pickles. It's a bit problematic actually. I have lots of pickles. How many pickles do you have?
I'm being so good right now. Thank you. Okay.
Pickle jokes. Now I'm curious. Now I want to know what the joke was going to be, Charlie, but don't do it. Okay, so tell me later.
Okay, copy that.
If you don't have lots of little spoons and forks, okay, so these are actually pretty amazing for meat. These are little oyster and seafood forks. They're like super inexpensive, lots of different places. I think like World Market has it, Kroger has it, Freddy's, not at Trader Joe's, shockingly. Home Goods has it. These are so sturdy because they're for like cracking crab and all the different things that are in shells. These are amazing to just stick next to your meats and things. They look nice on the plate too. So like having just little forks here and there for serving stuff so that all the cave people aren't just using their hands. Also, if you can't find those guys, just some like olive cocktail forks work really well, just to have those as your serving vessels or your pokers or whatnot, I guess. But there's also, I will pop a link for you guys to see, like there's like brie knives, specific cheese knives that are like very functional, but also like kind of cool. It's nice to have some cool tools that just kind of look nice. Having your own little set. Oh, and the other thing I like to put on there, and then it's like, I never end up having one for every single guest because these are edible garnish. And then snooze, you lose. So these are like little truffles or like little themed chocolates, just a little sweet treat, a little chocolate bite here and there is just kind of fun. These are from Trader Joe's. These ones are like walnut shaped and they're so stinking cute, but they just look kind of fun around the entire board. So yeah, you got a little sweet, got a little salty, you know, put a murder hand on there.
Yeah, just put a murder hand on it. That's what they say.
Put a murder hand on it, you guys.
Just get over it. And Chef Shannon also has links to various products that she loves, and you can support her as well through the affiliate links there. And yeah, we'll send you a few of those things because that'll be great. And ta-da! Yep, right there.
Should I tell you about this knife?
Yeah, I'd love to hear about it.
So this knife. So I work with Messermeister knives a lot. It is embarrassing the amount of knives that I have. It's scary. People should be afraid. No, I'm just kidding. This is a custom chef's knife. So basically it's custom because it comes with a black carbon handle. The handle is black, but the handle can be removed, and they have lots of different very cool handles that you can make it any color your heart desires. This one is called driftwood, and I'm kind of obsessed with it. It looks like very natural, and it has copper grommets. So it makes it like kind of your jam. They have red and brown and blue and all these things. And the base knife that has the black handle is what y'all are raffling to win.
That's right.
So you get this knife to make however your little heart desires.
Heck yeah. And we're gonna be doing that raffle next week. And we'll reach out to you by email. So you can win this knife. It's an 8-inch custom chef's knife. It's badass. It's
pretty awesome.
I want it. Oh, weird. I won the, no, just kidding. But yeah, so weird. But we'll do a follow-up email for everybody so you can get the links to the things that were discussed and all the shenanigans that have ensued. And we're going to be moving on to meet and greets next. Shannon, is there anything else you want to say before we close out here?
Thank you guys all for joining us. This was really fun. I haven't had this many guests in my kitchen probably ever, which is delightful. Also, I will include a link for a coupon code for Messermeister so that nobody has FOMO. You can still get whatever you want. It's great. It gives me high fives and like really like makes me look good to Messermeister. That's great. But also then you guys get a steal of a deal on stuff. So that's fun. And then, yeah, thank you for joining me. This is super fun. I'm so glad.
It was so awesome. There was areas of my education I definitely got filled in here because I love charcuterie, but also I'm like, well, how does this work? Why do we do that? Is this the best way to do that? And so thank you very much.
I love that. Well, it's just arts and crafts with food, guys. And please do not hesitate to ask me questions. I'm pretty fun. You can slip in my DMs or email me and I'll answer whatever you need. There's no stupid question. Everything's great.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thank you everybody for coming on a Saturday, and have a great Halloween next weekend.
Halloween